Hello Roadrunners, this is your friendly librarian Douglas from the LBCC Library, here today to talk about some advanced features in Ebook Central. I've done a couple of other videos which shows you how to find books in Ebook Central or how to access books from a direct link that you have been provided. But today we'll move on to some other features, including highlighting, commenting, viewing annotations from your bookshelf, searching within the book, citing, and linking to the book and to a certain page within the book. So since I have shown you previously how to find books, I'm just going to start with a book and we'll go to the features from there. To use the features which I will be showing you, you need to be logged into this database, which you should have done when you first selected Ebook Central as a database to search in. Just to confirm, it should say Linn-Benton Community College here in the top right corner, and also it should say sign out, which means you are already signed in. Now the first feature we want to look at is highlighting. First of all, we need to read this book online. So I'll click on Read Online, and it brings up the book. And now I need to find some text that I want to highlight. I'm going to go down in the table of contents over here, and I want to find out more about sea level. So I click on that chapter title. Here's some text that I think I would like to highlight. So first of all, I will select it. Once I select it, then it brings up this pop-up box here. I can highlight it in any of these three colors. So if I choose yellow, we'll highlight this text in yellow. And then I can choose some different text if I want to. And I can highlight that in the same color, or I can choose a different color for that one. So that is how you highlight the text. You simply select the text and then choose the color of the highlight you want to do. The next feature I'll be talking about is commenting. That is adding a comment or a note to refer to later. The way you do that is similar to the way you do highlighting. In other words, you select some text first. This box will pop up, and instead of selecting the highlighting features, you select this icon on the right-hand side, and that brings up a text box for you to add a comment to. So you can put whatever text you want in there and then click on Save. And then this icon here lets you know that you have a comment, which you can double-click on to bring that comment back up. Next, I want to show you how to view your annotations from your bookshelf. Now this book was added to your bookshelf as soon as you started making annotations like highlighting or notes. And if I go up here to bookshelf, I will see that this book has been added there. It shows me that I have 3 annotations for this book. And if I click on the annotations link, it takes me back to the book and takes me to the first annotation, which was this highlighted area. To see the other annotations, especially if they're not close by, I can click on this star and it will show me that there are 3 annotations in this chapter. I click on the down arrow, then I can see that there are 2 highlighted annotations and 1 comment. If I click on that, then it takes me to the comment and also the highlighted areas on the same page. So that's how you get to the annotations from the bookshelf. The next feature I'd like to look at is searching within the book. To do that, you go over to this search link here, and then you can type in the terms that you would like to search on. As it says here, if you want to search on an exact phrase, then you should use quotes around your terms. So if I want to find other places that mention sea level, I can type that in with quotes around it and click on search. You can see that it comes up with 110 results for my term. If I scroll down, I can see that all the chapters that have a mention of sea level have an arrow in front of them, including the chapter that's all about sea level. But I might want to look at a different chapter and click on that, and I can see that it is highlighted right here. So that is how you search within the book for a particular term. If I wanted to change my term, all I have to do is click clear and put in my new term in the search box. The next feature I'd like to look at is citing, that is getting a citation for this book. To get a citation for this book, I simply look for this icon here, which says Get Citation. It's also located over here, the same thing. If I click on this link from either place, it brings up the citation for this book. The default format for the citation is MLA format, But if I click on this arrow, I can see other options, including APA, which is also popular. And then to copy it, I need to click in this box again, or just to make sure that that blue rectangle is on the outside of the box. And then I press Ctrl-C to copy, which will copy it to your clipboard. And then you can paste it into your paper or other document. And the last feature I'd like to show you is how to create a link to this book or to a certain page within the book. If I'm at the beginning of the book, that is reading the book online, I can simply go to this icon up here, click on Share Link, and it will create a link address for me that I can simply copy using Ctrl-C. If I want to create a link for a particular page within the book, then I can go down to that page. Perhaps I'll go back down to our chapter on sea level. And if I click on this icon now, the link address that it brings up will get me back to this particular page, as it says right here. So I can copy and paste that into a document or into an email or whatever I want. If you have any questions about any of these features in Ebook Central, please contact any of the librarians at the Linn-Benton Community College Library and we'll be happy to help.